What's going on? G. I asked a question in one of my posts and said, if you wanted me to teach you on the 7 small things that create great success. And it was an overwhelming response. So I decided I was going to do it tonight at 8:30. So I'll give a few moments here for people to get on. What's going on? Tell me what city, what state you're calling in from. We're going to have a nice little conversation, little talk here tonight. Let me know what city, what state. Yeah, 777. You know about that. I'm going to tell you guys why 7 is my favorite number here tonight as well. Where do I get the shirt? You can go to BelieveNation.com. If you're not a part of Believe Nation, you can get into Believe Nation. Just register on there and then click shop. And you can absolutely do that. What's going on? Donald, Cyprian, my brother. How you doing? I need to call you back. My bad, man. Been running, been busy over here, but I'm going to hit you back. That's a good brother right there. Great brother right there. I'm going to give you guys a couple of moments. Let me know what city, what state you're calling in from. I'm going to make my cup of coffee here. You guys know I'm getting my coffee here. Let me know what city, what state you are calling in from. Y'all know I'm old school. I'm old school with the OG. Y'all remember that? That was money right there. That was money. All right, we got London in the house. Yeah, you got to use your teeth. Toronto in the house. You better believe it. OG in the house. My group sold $80 million worth of this coffee right here. So I'm OG for life. All right. My favorite is the latte. Okay. Let me get some hot water here. Get your folk on here. Y'all want to hear this training. Y'all want to hear this one. Got my latte. Cool. Let them know. Man, y'all staying up late over there. We got Italy in the house. Yeah, that's it. That's the coffee right there. This is the coffee that paid. Paid a lot of money. This company did some incredible things, man. It's amazing. What's up, Fi? What's going on? We got Lagos in the house. Man, y'all not sleeping? All right. 7 small things that create great success. Some of you, South Africa, I love that. Brazil in the house. Wow. All right. Some of you might wonder, like, why is it that Dave always talks about God? Why does he always give credit? Why does he always do that? Well, I do that because every time I look back at my life, I can see certain points in my life where I know God played a role in me getting to where it is that I am right now. And so I tell people that there's really 2 things that you want to remember to really stay grounded and stay humble. Number 1, remember where you came from. Never, ever forget where it is that you came from. That's number 1. Number 2 is, or you could say number 1 is, always know who the source is. Okay. Who is the source? And I know God is the source of all success that I've had. He's the source of every good thing. Everything that's created that is good comes from him. And then secondly is you got to remember where you're from, right? Where you came from. I know where it is that I came from. I know where I was when I was studying this book, The Magic of Compound Recruiting. I know where I was in my life at that particular time. So I want to share something with you, a story. I don't really share this too much, but in 2008, I was in a company at the time. It was a travel company. It's called Your Travel Biz. I joined that company in 2007. I wasn't having any success whatsoever. And 2008 rolls around, and this was around February or March of 2008. I was up really late at night, and I was just, you're scrolling TV up late at night. I was out all day prospecting and presenting and all that good stuff. And I ran into this program. It was just a late night show that was actually taking place. It was Mike Murdoch. And Mike Murdoch was teaching. And he was teaching on, I believe it was the 7 laws to uncommon success. 7 laws to uncommon success. I believe that's what it is. And he taught these 7 laws. And I think the law of the mind and the law of two and the law of difference, the law of honor. And he was teaching it. And I was so moved by it. I mean, what's so funny, though, is that my mother used to listen to Mike Murdoch all the time. So as a kid, I remember this guy, that white guy with a beard, right? And he had a very special voice. He had a very, very special voice. I remember that about him. So growing up, when I ran into his show, and it was a taping, when I ran into it, I said, oh yeah, that's the guy that my mom used to listen to all the time when I was a kid. Everything always comes back. Now, Mike Murdoch is known for not leadership. He's known for wisdom. John C. Maxwell is known for leadership. I'm known for believing, right? There are certain Bishop Ivy Hilliard. He's known for faith. Frederick Price. Certain speakers, Bill Winston, he's known for faith. Certain speakers, certain trainers, Bob Proctor, he's known for the mind and the law of attraction and the secret. You're going to be known for something. There's going to be a difference about you. Well, Mike Murdoch's difference is wisdom. Now, as a child and even as an adult, the only prayer that I've ever prayed outside of the Lord's Prayer is, Lord, give me more wisdom. I was with my mother earlier today, and she asked me, is there anything you want to pray for? And I said, no, just more wisdom. Okay. I said, just more wisdom. That's it. That's all I actually pray for. Okay. And so this is 2008. So this is 12 years ago, over 12 years ago. I am watching this show, and Mike Murdoch comes on. He talks about the 7 laws of uncommon success. And at the end of the show, Mike Murdoch asked for a seed. He asked for a seed. He asked for me or whoever was watching to sow a seed of $1,000. Now, this is 2008. I am broke as a joke. I don't have $1,000 to give. I don't have $1,000 for nothing. Okay. But he asked for that seed. And I wanted to, in my heart, I wanted to give that seed. I wanted to, because I was so moved by what it is that he taught. The law of the mind and the law of two and the law of difference and the law of honor. I mean, it was just amazing. I can't remember all 7 right now, but it was amazing. It was amazing. And, but I couldn't give that seed. So he said, well, pray with me. So I prayed with him. And Matter of fact, no, this wasn't 2008. I'm tripping. I'm sorry. This is 2009. So this is 11 years ago. I'm sorry. This is 2009 this happened. This happened in March of 2009. Let me get my story right. March of 2009. This is right before I got involved in the coffee business. Okay. This is February or March 2009, not 2008. So I don't have $1,000, but I pray. And never thought anything of it. Okay. A month later, I joined this coffee business. Okay. And I literally go, Mike Murdoch is known for wisdom and he's known for success. He's known for financial blessing. That's what he's known for. That's what he was asking for the $1,000 seed. The $1,000 seed was going to break the back of poverty. That's what he said. He said, this $1,000 seed is going to break the back of poverty. I was like, man, I really want to give this because I want to break the back of poverty in my life, in my family's life. But I didn't have it. But I prayed with him. And then a month, maybe a month later, I got involved. April 22nd, 2009, I got involved in this coffee business. And in the coffee business, I went from living with my dad, having $1,000 to my name. That's all I had. When I joined the business, I put all $1,000 in. In 6 months, I went to $100,000. I made $100,000 in 6 months. Now you say, David, does that have anything to do with what you saw with Mike Murdoch? I'm gonna finish the story, and you tell me if you think it has something to do with it. So I don't think anything of it. The following year, 2010, right around the same time, at this point, this is March of 2010. At this point, I'm making about $30,000-$40,000 a month. Keep in mind, the beginning of 2009, I was living with my dad. Keep in mind, beginning of 2009, I had $1,000 to my name. I didn't have a car. I get involved in this little coffee business, and boom, I go 6 figures. By 2010, February, March 2010, I'm earning $30,000-$40,000 a month. I had gone diamond in that company. Me and Stacey Ayers. Stacey Ayers was a mailman and he was a Ruby in my business. So he was doing $40,000 a month in business. So he was probably making about maybe $4 or $5 grand a month at that time. We go to Indiana. See how God just orchestrates things for me. I can't take the credit. I really can't. I just know. And we're in Indiana. We're doing a meeting the next night. We fly in, and I literally had a broke thought. I did not want to get him his own room. So I said, let's just get one room, 2 beds, obviously, right? 2 queens, and we cool. He was my boy. We were cool. I've known him since prepaid legal. So I was like, man, we don't have to get separate rooms. Now I'm making $30-$40 grand a month, but when you first get money, you like, hey, let me hold on to this. Let me hold on tight. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to spend too much. Lo and behold, it's late at night. I'm looking at the TV again. And guess who comes on the screen? Mike Murdoch. It's the same exact show that I watched a year prior. No difference. It's a taping. It's the same 7 laws to uncommon success. Same training. And I caught it. I watched it again. And guess what he did at the end? He did the same thing he did at the end. He asked for $1,000 seed. He said, this is going to break the back of poverty in your family. And this time, I had $1,000 to give because I was making $30,000-$40,000. But it was still a stretch. It was still like, $1,000? I don't know this man. This guy's on TV. This is a taping. It happened a year ago. Now you are coming again talking about you want $1,000. You know how y'all do when the man of God asks for money? You know how y'all act, right? So But this time I gave the $1,000. This is around March. This is my February or March 2010. March 2010, a gentleman by the name of Ed Hartley joined my business. That same month, March, my good friend today, who's in business with me today, joined that coffee business with me. Bass Grant. I sowed the seed end of February, beginning of March, right around that time, March 9th. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I be telling stories, right? Y'all think I be telling stories. Let me show y'all something. See, that's why I like having calendars. Okay? That's why I like having calendars to show y'all what's really going on. Okay? So this is March 2010. You see that? This is the calendar of 2010. Watch this. Watch this. January. This is what my calendar looked like in January. All right. Now, in 2009, I had met Edward Hartley in 2009. I met him over the phone, but he didn't get involved in the business. Okay? He didn't get involved in the business back then. Okay? Oh, no, I didn't have it in this calendar, somewhere else. All right. So, all right, check it. Martin White was in my business. Martin White is a $40,000 a month earner in another network marketing company today. TLC. He's a $40,000 a month earner in that company. Okay. All right. So, watch this. March 2010. I told you I went to, watch this. I told you I went to Indiana, right? I told you I went to Indiana. Let me see. Where is Indiana? I'm going Indiana. Where you at? 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 I'm going to show y'all this. Oh, check it out. Look. Y'all probably can't see it. Right here. Indiana. So this is March. I had a meeting March 9th in Indiana. I was in Indiana for 2 days. Edward Hartley meeting with Holton Buggs. So Edward Hartley came down to Houston. Okay? Came down to Houston March 16th. March 16th, he came down. And he met with Holton. I had an opportunity call for him March 17th. So I gave that seed. I sold the $1,000 seed into Mike Murdoch's ministry either on the 9th or the 10th of March. Okay? 7 days later, seven days later, March 16th, Ed Hartley flew down, okay, to meet with my upline in my last company. Ed Hartley, I sponsored him in 2010. 10 years later, Gary McSween came from Ed Hartley. Jeff and Angela Cruikshank came from Ed Hartley. Mike and Marlene Stotts came from Ed Hartley. Zane Khan came from Ed Hartley. I've made, in the last 10 years, I have made millions and millions and millions of dollars from that one recruit. Now, Ed has gone home to be with the Lord. Bless his soul. Rest in peace. Okay? But this is what happened. Sow the seed of that. Now, listen. Mike didn't tell me to do this live, okay? I haven't talked to Mike in a couple of years. I haven't talked to Mike Murdoch in a couple of years. I'm just showing you the backdrop. before I give you these 7 small things that I also learned from Mike Murdock. So you understand that everything I teach you, I've applied. I've worked it out. I've seen the fruit. I've seen the results for a long time. This ain't new. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, right? I think that's what the young folks say these days, right? So I have it documented what happened. Sold that $1,000 seed. Now here's what happened. I would always run into that training. And I said to myself, I said, God, every time I run into that training, I'm going to sow $1,000. Every time I see it, I'm going to sow $1,000. And then one time God told me, he said, David, why not? Why you got to wait? Why do you have to wait to see it? Why don't you just schedule your blessing? So for 1 year, I sowed $1,000 every single week into Mike Murdock's ministry. I did that in 2011. I made $1.4 million that year. The following year, I made $2.2 million. I stopped doing it. 2013, I went 1.7. 2014, I went 1.1. 2015, I did 650. 2000, I don't know if that was the reason. I don't know. I know people stopped drinking coffee. I didn't stop drinking it, but a lot of people stopped drinking it. But anyway, I digress. But I'm showing you that if you apply the principles, wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the ability to discern right or wrong. Wisdom is the ability to discern people, right? Leadership. In leadership, you're going to need wisdom. Okay? $1,000 seed. Okay? Now, y'all going to go running, give Mike Murdock $1,000. Don't come back and say, well, David, I gave $1,000, but I ain't seen no blessing. You know, you got to have the kind of faith that I had. Okay? But this is, I believe in giving. I believe in sowing. I believe in sowing. I believe in sowing into the man and woman of God. I do. I've always believed that. All right. So here's what happened. I started studying him, and every time I would sow that $1,000 seed, they would send me the audio, the 7 small things that create great success, 7 laws to uncommon success, and I would give those books out. A lot of the people that I gave the books out to, they're earning at least $40,000-$50,000 a month right now. At least some are earning 6 figures a month that got that book. Okay, 7 small things that create great success. Now, some of these things are going to seem very familiar, but don't treat it like you've heard it before. Take some notes and then decide that you're really going to apply it. Okay, that you're really going to apply it. 7 small things that create great success. Number 1, writing down your goals. Writing down your goals. Writing down daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. Writing down your goals. Okay? A written list of what you will do. A written list of what you will do. Mike said something. He said, David, if you can't make one day go right, how can you make 24 years go right? He said, if you can't bake a cake, should you start a bakery? Writing down what you're going to do. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, so who sees it will run. So your ability to run, your ability to take action, the power to take action is predicated on what it is that you see. Most of you are not moving in the direction in which that you want to go because you're not seeing the direction you want to go. You're seeing what life has to offer. You're seeing what CNN has to offer. You're seeing what the world sees. So the world sees a pandemic. The world sees financial challenges. The world sees sickness and devastation. So therefore, that's what you see. Versus you writing down the vision, making it plain, right? In the olden days, it said, write it on tables. Tables were made out of wood. Wood comes from trees. Paper, that's why I tell you to write it down on paper. Paper comes from trees. This is a small thing. It's a small thing, but most people miss it. It's the small things that make the big difference. In the word small is all. You look at the little ant. The ants are some of the wisest, incredible. They're some of the wisest creatures on the planet. Okay? Writing down what you want to do. In this audio, the 7 small things, he talked about Mary Kay. Mary Kay, they actually did an interview. She was worth, I think when she passed, she was worth $3 billion. Her business was worth $3 billion. And they asked her, said, tell me, what were some of the reasons? How did you become so successful? And she said, one of the things that she did, every day she wrote down 6 things that she would do. See, goals give your life direction. Goals give your faith direction. When my faith has a direction with what it is that I have written down. So regardless of what's going on in my life, my faith is directed to what it is that I'm seeing and what it is that I'm hearing. If you're fighting to get to a goal, the reason why you're fighting to get there is because you can't see yourself there already. You got to see yourself. In my audio, right? Conceive, believe, and achieve, right? I say, I saw myself. And if you take the word saw, take it backwards, I was there. I said, before you get there, you must go there. Before I get to the car, I must go to the car. Before I get to the home, I must go to the home. You've got to see yourself where it is that you want to be. I saw myself here. Does that make sense? I saw myself having the life that I have right now. Okay? You got to see it, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's so important to have your goals written down. Okay? You've got to have your goals written down. I wrote some notes here. I wanted to give you this. He said, goals are your only exit from your past. He said, you must make your goal so big, yesterday dies. A lot of times we're trying to look back at what it is that we were or who it is that we were. And it says that we've got to let go of the things that we were, pressing forward. Okay? Give your mind that direction. Goals reveal your inner circle. Goals reveal the people that are designed to help you accomplish that goal. When you're seeing your goals all the time, what is now triggered is your reticular activating system that will now spot people, situations, and events that are designed to help you get to where it is that you want to go. Design. Now, if you can help me, someone in there, spell designed in the chat box. Watch this. I want you to spell design. If you can spell it in capital letters. I'm going to show you something. Spell design, or you can spell designed. Okay? You can spell design, or you can spell design. Watch this. I'm going to show you guys something. You have a design. There's a design in your life. All right? Now look at this. The sign. D-E, right? Separate the D-E and then sign. Where's the sign for your life? The design, right? When they built this home, there was a design for the home. There was a blueprint. See, when you write down your goals, that's the blueprint. So now I'm not worried about hitting a goal. I'm not worried about if it's going to happen. I just have to make the decision that that's what I want. And if it's what I want, I go and get a picture of it. I go and write it down. And I have peace because whatsoever things that I desire, when I pray, believe that I receive it and I should have it. It's done deal. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to worry about. So when I hear people, I'm really trying to get there. I'm really trying to get the 10 grand a month. I'm really trying to get the 30 grand a month. I'm really trying to get the 100 grand. You missed it. You're not paying attention. Why are you not paying attention? Okay? Goals are your only exit from your past. Every leader sets goals. Every leader that's ever walked the face of this earth has set goals. Every leader has a goal. Okay? Every leader has a goal. Goals give your life direction. Okay? See this book right here? It's another book you need to get right here. This is Hung by the Tongue. You need to get this book. Because number 2, the small things that create great success is right words. Right words. Words are walls or they're bridges. Words create or words destroy. Words are a double-edged sword. Sword, take away the S, we got word. You can build people up with words. You can tear people down with words. You can give life with words. You can give death with words. And so it says life and death is in the power of the tongue. The tongue is one of the smallest members on your body, but it actually controls your life. Watch this. One of the chapters in this book, it says that your tongue controls your life. The tongue brings increase or decrease. The tongue, your word either brings increase or decrease. This is a small thing. But it's a huge thing. All right. He says, the words of your mouth begin with your thinking. That's why number 1 is to write your goals down. Because I need your thinking to be on your goals. I need your thinking to be on your goals. Because if your thinking is on your goals, then your words will follow your thinking. Okay? 3 origins of thought. You heard me teach about this. The 5 senses. The 5 senses, Satan and God. These are the origins of where your thoughts come. So your 5 senses, right, what you're seeing all the time will dictate what it is that you speak all the time. If what you're seeing is devastation, if what you're seeing is lack, if what you're seeing is you're not there, if what you're seeing is that you're not where it is that you want to go, then that's what you're going to speak. Challenges arise in your life and it causes you to change your confession. I see it all the time. I see it that happens all the time in business. Something happens in their business and people lose their confession. Because something happened on the outside, they force it now to cause challenges on the inside. It says the mind is a machine. As a computer, it must be programmed. The only way you program your mind, I need you to write this down. The only way you program your mind is through words. When you turn on your TV and you go to a channel and there's a program that you're watching, that program is words. When you watch your favorite program, it's words. That's why you can remember certain things that Martin used to say. You can remember certain things that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air used to say. You can remember certain shows, Friends, whatever it is that you used to watch, you can, because you've been programmed, because you watched it over and over and over and over and over again. See, I program my mind for success. I program my mind to believe. I program my mind to get to where it is that I am. And I'm programming my mind right now for the jet. I'm programming my mind right now for $1 million a day. So it doesn't matter what happens on the outside as long as I program my mind. The mind is a machine. It's like a computer. It must be programmed. And then it says, after programming, you must censor your thoughts. You got to censor your thoughts. What are you thinking about? Because what you're thinking about will ultimately dictate the words that are coming out of your mouth. Right words give you access. Words inspire. I said it already. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Something so small can kill you. One statement can kill you. Words can kill a 20-year friendship. I'm very careful with the words that I speak to those that I love, those that I'm close to. Okay? Because one word can change everything. That's how powerful words are. God loved himself so much, he called himself the Word. This literally, the Word, watch this, the Word in your life is the God in your life. Dominates your life. You get that? The Word in your life dominates, controls your life. It's the God in your life. Okay. Words. Okay. Got to get this book right here. Got to get this book right here. Hung by the tongue. Right words. That's number 2. We're going over the 7 small things that create great success. Okay. Go in the chat, if you can, in the chat, let me know what have you taken away from the first 2. If you're watching this and you can make a comment in there. What have you gotten just from the first 2? Okay, just from the first 2 things. Right words. Okay. Words are walls or they're bridges. Okay. Right words. Number 3. Can you guys still hear me? If you can hear me, type a 777 in the chat. If you can still hear me, type a 777 in the chat. If you can hear me, 7. That's Mike Murdoch's favorite number too. If you can hear me, type a 777 in the chat. I don't want to continue unless I know you can hear me. Okay. I don't see anybody writing. Right words. All right, come on now. Okay? Y'all got it? All right, we're back. All right, we're back. All right. Got to put the signs up. Got to put those words up. Okay? Right words. All right, number 3. Number three. Questions. Asking right questions. Okay? Questions, write this down. Questions, asking questions reveals humility. Questions identify you as a protege. My mentees, the leaders that I mentor, ask questions. They ask questions. Okay? Questions host answers on the earth. Questions. What questions are you asking? The quality of your life will be determined by the questions you ask. The quality of your life will be determined by the questions that you ask. It says ask, seek, knock. Ask and it shall be given unto you. You first have to ask. What questions are you asking? Okay. What are 7 things that I could do right now to better myself? What are 7 things I can do right now to increase my income? What are 7 things that I need to stop doing? What are 7 things that I could do better? Ask questions. You have a coach, you have a mentor, ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Okay? It's a small thing. But the biggest thing I want you to take from number 3 is that asking questions reveals humility. It reveals the heart of a protege. I'm willing to ask. That means I'm humble enough to say, I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Okay. All right. Number 4, small thing. Who do you talk to first when you wake up in the morning? Who do you talk to first when you wake up in the morning? It's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning. When you open your eyes, first thing you do. I recommend the first thing you do is to give thanks. First thing you do is give thanks. Okay. I'll give you guys a quick recap. Number 1 is writing down your goals. Daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. That's number 1. Number 2, words. Write words. Number 3, asking questions. Number 4, who do you talk to first when you wake up in the morning? Gratitude. That's the first thing you want to do when you wake up. First thing. First thing you want to do when you wake up. Small thing. It's a very small thing. It's a very small thing. But what you do first determines what God does second. Gratitude is the seed for more. Whoever I want more from, check this out. This is from a human or God. Whoever you want more from, give more gratitude. Give more appreciation. The more I appreciate him, the more he does for me. The more I give thanks to him, the more he does for me. I don't have a sense of entitlement. I don't have a sense of, well, he's supposed to do it. No, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Okay. Number 5, following instructions. These are 7 small things that lead to great success, that create great success. What instructions have you ignored? Coach says show the plan 4 to 6 times a week. 4 to 6 times a week. Did you ignore that instruction? Coach says prospect 4 or 5 people a day. Did you ignore that instruction? What instruction have you been given that you have not followed? It's a small thing. I can tell you so many things that God has instructed me to do, and I did, and it paid off big time. David called that person. David invest in that. David get involved in that business. David, it's time to move. David, it's time to go. Little instructions. Little instructions. Instructions that anybody can do. When I saw the business that I'm a part of right now, everybody that was around me was saying no. This is not the right business. These are not the right people. And they were saying it out of love. Because there was enough evidence there to say, may not be the right business. But I've prayed for wisdom. I've prayed for wisdom. And that's number 6. Number 6 is moments. Every pain in your life can be traced back to a moment you did not discern. Anything that has exited from your life can go back to a moment that you did not discern. Moments. Time is a servant of God, and he distributes it out in moments. But it's going to take wisdom for you to discern this moment. This is my moment. The lady in the Bible that had the issue with blood for 12 years. She heard that Jesus was coming, and she said, this is my moment. If I could touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. She discerned that that was her moment. Wisdom. You got to pay attention to that voice. There's a voice that is speaking to you all the time. And you've got to pay attention. You got to take advantage of that moment. There's an instruction that's given. There's a moment that shows up in your life. And you've got to run through that moment. You got to run through that window right then and there. It's a small thing. Small thing. A moment is just like that. Okay. Last is expectation. Now, I'm going to wrap all 7 together for you in one thing. Okay. But number 7 is expectation. Do everything with the right expectation. Because I do this, I expect this to happen. Because I sow, I expect this to happen. Because I give, I expect this to happen. Because I show the plan, I expect this to happen. Because I made this phone call, I expect this to happen. Expectation. When a farmer plants a seed, he expects a harvest. He's not doubting if there's going to be a harvest. He's not doubting if that seed is going to produce a harvest. Yes, faith. Faith without expectation is not faith. I expect God to do it. I expect him to step in. When there's a challenge, I expect him to step in. I expect him to cover me. I expect his grace. I expect it. There's an expectation that I have. You've got to have that expectation. Okay? Expectation. It's what's missing for a lot of people. When you're out building your business and you're out there going, you're not expecting great things to happen. I expect people to get involved in my business. I don't even check to see if they get involved in my business. I do a presentation, you're supposed to get in. Why? Why are you not getting in? I expect to hit my goals. I have a tremendous amount of expectation to hit this goal. Why not? So let it be written, so let it be done. He said, write the vision, make it plain. I expect his word to come true. Write the vision, make it plain, so who sees it will run. There's no, the opposite of expectation is doubt. That's the word. I have complete confidence. Expectation is confidence. I have complete confidence in what it is that I say is going to happen, is going to happen. Not because I'm a prophet, but because what I'm saying is going to happen is what he said. And because he said it, then he's got to back it up. He's got to back it up, not me. He's got to back it up. If you look at all 7, okay, they all have to do with one thing. Okay. Writing down your goals. Right words. Okay. Asking questions. Following what you do. First, who do you talk to in the morning? First thing you do. Following instructions. Number 5. Moments. Discerning a moment. And expectation. All of it has to do with what's coming out of your mouth and what you're hearing. Your whole life is what's coming out of your mouth and what you're hearing. What's coming out of your mouth and what are you allowing people to speak to you? What's coming out of your mouth and what are you allowing people to speak to you? I don't let anyone speak negative to me. Anyone who speaks negative to me, cut off. Cut off. You speak ill about me, to me, about me, I hear it, cut off, done. Because I understand the power of words. Some of you are allowing people to speak about you in your life, and you still allow them in your circle. Can't do that. Words are too powerful. The wrong word can cause you to miss a moment. The wrong word can cause you to miss the instruction. The wrong word can cause you to lose focus on your goals and your dreams and where it is that you're going. The wrong words can depress you. They can kill you. Literally, you're dying listening to the wrong words. And I'm not talking about a physical death. It can do that as well. I'm talking about a spiritual death. You got to remember, you are spirit first. Okay? Let me give this to you real quick, all right? Watch this. I am a spirit. I live in a body, and I possess a soul. There's 3 parts to you. There's 3 parts to you, and you have 15 senses. There's 3 parts to you. You have your spirit man, you have your physical body, and then you have your soul, which is where your emotions are. Okay? your mind, your soul, all right, the body, watch this, follows the mind. All right, so if you're going to go in tiers of what's powerful, spirit is 1, soul is 2, okay? And then 3 is the body. The body follows the mind. Wherever the mind is, that's where the body will go. Okay? Watch this. But the mind follows the spirit. The mind follows the spirit. The spirit is the word. The spirit is the words that are coming out of your mouth. So let's take it backwards. Spirit says the wrong thing. Your words say the wrong thing. Your mind picks up on it. And then your body follows what your mind picked up. So those people that are suffering with some sort of disease, okay? I'm sick. I don't feel well. I don't know what's going on. You say that, the mind picks up on it because the body follows the mind. Now your body starts to feel what you gave to your mind. I'm broke. Your mind picks that up because the mind follows the spirit. Okay? And then your body will now follow the mind. Are you with me? Okay? Your spirit was made first. Your spirit was what was given dominion on this earth. So the way you have dominion on this earth is through what you're speaking. But this is a muscle. You have to exercise this muscle. I've been exercising this muscle for the last 16 years. For the first 5 years, I didn't even know I was exercising this muscle. I've been exercising this muscle probably my whole life. As a child, my parents had me exercising this muscle. I didn't know. But when I got the knowledge of it, then I put it in an overdrive and I said, okay, I'm going to speak right words. I'm only going to hear right words. Anything that speaks contrary to what the word of God says about me is cut off. Period. End of story. Until they come back and say, no, start speaking what the word says about me. Done. Some of you may need to cut you off. And what I mean by that, you may need to cut what you're saying off. The moment you find that's why it says you got to censor your thoughts. The moment you find yourself about to say something that you know you should not say, then guess what? You've got to cut yourself off. You got to start speaking life to you. You got to start speaking energy to you. You got to start speaking health to you. My alarm clock on my phone says I have the gift of healing. I wake up every single day. I've got 2 alarm clocks. One says I earn $1 million a day. The other one says, yeah, I have the gift of healing. Okay? Right words. Right words. It says that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Christ is the word. You get that? Christ is the word. John 1:14 says that. And the word became flesh and dwelt among us when we beheld his glory. Christ is the word. Okay? I'm going to read you guys some stuff here. Watch this. Okay. Look, it says the Lord is faithful and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. Who's the Lord? The word. The word is faithful and the word will strengthen you and protect you from evil. For the Lord gives wisdom from his mouth. For the word gives wisdom from his mouth. What comes from his mouth? Knowledge and understanding. You're playing with words. You're playing with words, not understanding how critical they are to your life. All right? Critical. Critical. Okay. Okay. Right words. Right words. 7 small things that create great success. Go out and win. You have everything on the inside of you, already to do it. Okay? That's why it says renew your mind. All right? You renew your mind with the Spirit. You renew your mind with the Word. So now, because the mind follows the Spirit, that's why I was telling you to renew it with the Spirit. And then your body will follow. Okay? I will save this live. It will be an IGTV. If you want to watch it again, you can. Okay? If you haven't got into Believe Nation yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Okay? Go ahead and go to believenation.com. All right? And get yourself into Believe Nation. These are some of the things that I'm teaching in there. All right? We have an incredible group of people, incredible believers. We're growing every single day. I'm so pumped up, so excited about what's happening in Believe Nation. And I'm excited for each and every one of you. I'm going to be going live in Believe Nation. I've got a live call that we're going to be doing here in the next couple of days. We're talking about the success formula that never, ever, ever fails. People are winning at an all-time high that are following those teachings. They're having breakthroughs in every area of their life right now. You want to be a part of it. Okay, so go to believenation.com. Be that feed yourself with right words. Feed yourself with the right environment. Instagram is great. Facebook is great. Believe Nation is greater. Go ahead and plug yourself into that. Get people into it. I promise you it's going to be a blessing to your life. All right? See you guys.